We just got back from a 12-day trip in India. Our first time in India. We started off in Mumbai and we explored the busy city, and then we traveled down to Goa to see what the beaches are like, and then finally ended our trip in Kerala, which is one of the most beautiful, calm places that we've been to. And I think there's a lot of things that we learned as first-time travelers to India that we thought it would be great to share with you guys who are also planning a trip there.
For the first time. So we came up with 8 tips that will enhance your experience and also prepare you for your India trip.
I think a lot of times when we were getting ready for our trip to India, we hear mostly not so positive things about what to expect, but from our experience, there is a lot of positivity that came out of it.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure that we really give you our honest experience and also how we planned our trip in order to set ourselves up for success to enjoy India.
We filmed 5 videos in India. We have an Indian playlist on our channel, so you can go back and watch our adventures in India, and maybe they can also help you plan your trip to India.
We definitely included a lot of tips within those videos, and where to stay, how to get around, but I think there are some more tips about just the general experience that we want to share. So today we'll dive into those 8 tips, starting with the first one, which is embracing the energy of India.
India has a lot of energy.
Yeah.
As soon as you arrive at the airport, getting out of the airport to your place, you will feel the energy of the traffic, the people.
I think the first impression I have was actually really good though, because we arrived in the Mumbai airport and everything is very modern.
Yeah.
It's all laid out in English, signage everywhere. The whole process was just very smooth. Even for us getting like an Uber outside at the airport, like all of that was really smooth and already very welcoming.
Yeah.
So you can feel like people are interested. Why are you traveling to India? Where you plan to go? Or we get approached by locals trying to have conversations with us
Everywhere.
all the time.
Even at immigration.
Yeah.
Even at the counter, they wanted to know where we're from and have a chat with us.
Yeah, and they're very curious to know where we plan to travel to. And all of them always say like, oh, get out of the big cities because India is very diverse and there is so much to see. So from that, I feel like when you plan your travels, definitely look into getting out of the big cities more. I think we could have done even a better job of planning our itinerary if we knew that, everyone is saying like, get out of the city, spend more time outside.
Having said that, we only spent 4 days in Mumbai, and I think that was perfect.
Yeah.
Not too short, not too long, enough for us to experience everything. And number 2 tip is enjoy the food, but be smart about the hygiene.
We honestly had 0 problems with our stomachs. We started off, I think, with more well-reviewed, highly reviewed places that are in a more clean setting in Mumbai. And of course, that also means it's a little bit more pricier, not by much, but just a little bit more. And food has been amazing from the start, because
from the start to the end.
Yeah.
The food was so amazing.
I feel like Indians just know how to season the food to perfection. It's always like bold flavors. It's always intense. And I think it's honestly one of the best food countries that we have been to. As we kind of progressed through our trip, I think Goa was where we kind of let our guard down a bit. We started eating food from
the street vendors
or seafood restaurants, but still we always check for reviews. And it's just Google reviews, honestly. It helped a lot in helping to choose places. Even local people use Google review as well.
Yeah.
So I think it was a good way for us to filter out places.
The thing is, when you watch those TikTok videos about food in India, majority of India is not like that.
No.
And most local people don't eat from those street side vendors that you see on TikTok. They go to clean restaurant. They go to clean vendors on the street. And a lot of the vendors will even display the type of bottled water they use to cook the food with or to make chai with.
The thing is, local people also are eating from clean places, drinking, bottled water. So, like, why would they be serving tourists something that they don't eat? Like, that's why I feel like when we were going to places where we see a lot of local tourists, it could be just domestic tourists too, but Indians eating at the restaurants, then we also felt like this is a good place. And we also don't eat at places where it's too quiet, because then we know the turnover is slow, and then in the heat, the food just sits there and it's like not fresh.
Yeah.
So we always go to places that kind of have a lot of turnover, like a lot of customers in and out all the time.
There are a lot of options in India. And if you spend long enough time in India, you will probably want to try other food as well. And they have so many Western restaurants that KFC, Starbucks, McDonald's everywhere.
We've been using those really mainly for the toilets because we want to eat local food, not go to the Western ones. But there are options as well when you are,
Their KFC is delicious though. They serve the freshest chicken out of the fryer. It's so delicious. I think KFC India is one of the best KFC I have tried. In conclusion, just have to be smart about where you want to eat. As you spend long enough in India, your stomach will adjust, and then you can slowly try street vendors.
We didn't drink anything that had ice in it in the beginning.
Majority of the restaurant don't even serve
they don't really give
drink
ice.
with ice.
They ask you. For example, we had a fresh juice. They asked if we wanted ice in it. So I think if you're not sure, it's usually just gonna come with no ice. Just drink it no ice. But I mean, you drank it with ice the other time and you were fine.
Yeah, at the end of the trip, I didn't care anymore because everything was clean and I didn't have any problem with my stomach at all.
I don't think that we really ended up having to worry as much as we thought we would be. Honestly, in Thailand, I use the same guidelines when we eat, is don't eat, things that have been sitting outside for a long time. Don't eat ice if I'm not sure about the place. Take a look at the surrounding, the kitchen, and you kind of can make a good judgment in terms of where you should be eating. Just a quick thank you to our partner Squarespace for supporting our channel and for making it super easy to build a website, even if you've never done it before. They have award-winning templates for any purpose, and if you want a little extra help, their design intelligence feature uses AI to help with both the design and the content for things like writing product descriptions and email campaigns. Squarespace also has built-in SEO tools, so your site is optimized to help more people find you online. Just head over to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/FloraandNote to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now let's get back to tips for India.
The third one is very important, and a lot of you probably want to know what the toilet situation is like in India, and we are here to tell you that toilets are fine in India. They're clean and they're available everywhere.
Yeah, and I think one thing that made me kind of like happy or relieved, yeah, that's a better word, is how sometimes even when we were in Europe, we have to pay to go to the toilet. So we have to pay €1. Like there was one time when we were in Croatia where I only had
85 cents?
Yeah, I didn't have one full euro, and she told me no. I was shocked because going to the washroom is like a basic need. So then when we were in India, I think a lot of times, for example, we mentioned like the KFC, the Starbucks, and the metro stations. You can have access to a clean washroom there. But also, sometimes when we really needed to go, we asked a local hotel or a restaurant, and they were like, yes, use it, it's fine, go. Like, I just felt that they care, like they're willing to share, and I didn't feel like me going to the washroom I have to negotiate. So I think that was a good feeling, and I think because it's also a country where a lot of people eat with their hands, so that also means most of the washrooms would also have soap, have sink, have paper towels. So it was clean. Like every single opportunity we had, we would wash our hands just to, you know, basically so we don't get sick as easily.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was often that we would find a perfectly great washroom to use.
Honestly, we travel to a lot of places. India has better toilets than China. I'm sorry.
And some parts of Europe.
Europe, yes.
Yeah. I think they take pride in keeping it clean. I would say they don't have many toilets. So like one restaurant might have one, or we had a beach shack area, they would have one. Or the metro station had 2 stalls. Like, you know, it's not a lot, but for what they have, they keep it clean.
Yeah.
So the fourth thing we want to talk about is getting around. And getting around is surprisingly easy.
Easy and affordable.
We thought it would be tricky to find our way, you know, getting around. But for example, in Mumbai, Uber was really convenient. You can order it for, you know, a car, a big car,
A tuk-tuk.
or a rickshaw. Many different things can be done on Uber. But they also have the metro, they also have the local train. So there's a lot of different ways to get around the city, and it was quite easy.
And we suggest you to try them all,
Yeah.
especially the local train. It's so much fun. It may seem a bit overwhelming learning how to buy a ticket and get on the train, but as we said before, the local will help you.
I feel like the moment we got to our destination, I had this surge of adrenaline. It's like we accomplished this task.
Like your proud moment.
Yeah, because it is very confusing, but I think it's also part of your experience of India. Like, I don't think the local train should only be used for locals, because it is such a nice way to see how people get around the city. I would suggest that if you are going to take the local train, go for the first class, but not the AC one, because the AC one almost feels like a metro, like it's all closed and everything. But the first class, you can feel the openness of the wind coming through, and you can see the tracks.
You can even stand by the door and just
Yeah.
feel the wind blowing.
And you also won't be as crowded as second class, because second class can be a bit intimidating. So yeah, try the first class. No AC. I think that was really, really fun.
Yeah.
But also taking the metro was also a good experience, and we saw a lot of people in there who were also taking the metro for the first time.
Because it only opened, a month or two?
The Aqua Line,
Yeah.
the Aqua Line just opened.
We're talking about in Mumbai now.
In Mumbai, yeah.
We're not sure about up north, like big city like New Delhi, if they have metro.
Yeah.
I assume they do, right? Because
Yeah, we'll find out next time. We'll
Because
find out.
we hope to go back to explore northern part of India on our next trip.
In terms of getting around in Goa, though, we rented a motorbike to get around, but there are options for taxis. There's no Uber there. I think there wasn't ride sharing there.
No, not in Goa. Goa is like Koh Samui, where they have conflict between
The taxis
Uber
and
and taxi
Uber.
drivers.
Yeah. So getting around by motorbike was the easiest for us, or you can get a car. I think you can rent a car.
And they are very affordable. I think we only paid $7 a day for the bike. And I think car it shouldn't be more than $30. We rented a car in Kerala though, and that was fun too. Honestly, we tried everything. We did the local train, the metro,
Yeah.
motorbike. We rented our own car.
We flew domestic flights
Yeah,
as well.
between
Yeah.
Mumbai to Goa, Goa to
Kerala.
Kerala, and we also took the water taxi in Kochi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just try them all, and they are so convenient.
And I think with domestic flights, like getting around, we were chatting with some locals, and it was interesting because for them, they think the best domestic airline is Akasa, and then Indigo, and then Air India.
They said Air India is the worst option.
So that's what they said, but we never took Air India. But I'm just sharing that if you're looking at which airline to book with, that's what the locals told us. So we did try Akasa Air to go from Mumbai to Goa, and then we took Indigo to go to Kerala.
But keep in mind though, a lot of domestic flights in India get delayed
Yeah.
a lot. happened to us on both flights. The
Yeah.
first one got delayed for an hour. The second one got delayed for
Like 3
three
hours,
3
4
to 4
hours.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, so that does happen. And usually the airports are not that big. So like the domestic terminals, so it is kind of limited during your waiting time, like what you can do in there. Yeah, just be prepared. Don't book your flights like too close. Like you should give yourself some time because it just might be delayed.
Let's circle back to the driving. So if you want to rent a motorbike or a car, you do need to have international driver's license. I know that there are two kinds. One is Vienna international driver's license, and that one is Geneva. But you want to make sure that, I think it's the Vienna one that has India on the list. So you need to have that and make sure that they stamp you for both motorbike and car on your international driver's license. Because when we rented the bike in Goa, the guy did check my driver's license, but he was only skimming through it, didn't take a photo or keep it. But in Kerala, they are very strict. They want to have a photo of our license, photo of our passport,
Yeah, so I have to send
and
all
5,000 rupees deposit, which we got back at the end.
It is a bit tricky with the car rentals. We actually went with one that I thought the price was very fair, but I will link them in the description as well. But you just need to talk with them on WhatsApp because they're mostly used to domestic tourism more than international tourism. So they will ask you things like, can you send me a deposit via, bank transfer for this? And can I send a deposit back to you 3 days after you give me the car back? But all of that doesn't work for us because we don't have Indian banks.
Yeah, so you just have to negotiate for your own benefits.
Yeah.
And whatever works best for you because you're not there forever.
So for example, we couldn't give them the deposit. We just said, you just gotta trust us. We're gonna use this car. We want this car. We're not gonna cancel on you. So he's like, okay. And then he dropped a car, we checked everything. I gave him the 5,000 deposit. And at the end, just have to double confirm, triple confirm that when they come and pick up the car, they will bring the money with them. And then it was easy, it was honest.
And I do recommend if you are comfortable driving yourself because you can explore so much more of India.
Yeah.
You can stop anywhere, take a break for coconut by the street,
by the waterfall.
watching the waterfall, playing with the monkeys, like things like that are the benefits of you driving yourself. But it's not
easy.
I
would never try because it's survival driving. Like it's not that they're going really fast, but it's like when you see a gap, no hesitation, you gotta go.
You have to have guts driving in India.
Yeah, I don't. So you did a great job, but every single time I fell asleep in the car, and when I woke up, I got a panic attack because I thought the car hit us because they're always so close to us. So I just keep waking up with panic attacks, and I said, okay, I gotta stop falling asleep in the car.
The thing is, I thrive in that kind of environment. Driving in Vietnam, I had so much fun. Driving in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, driving in India, it's just so
Driving
much fun.
in Thailand. Yeah.
I was telling Flora I enjoy driving in India more than driving in Tuscany. Because in Italy, you have to watch out for speed limit.
Yeah.
You have different school zones.
The zones where you cannot enter,
Yeah.
you get a fine, and so
in India, it's free fall.
it's like no rules, just don't hit anyone, don't hit any cars, and try not to get hit.
Yeah. And number 5 is talk to locals. They make the trip special.
Yeah.
This is very true. And it happened to us almost every day.
I think initially when we were about to go to India, I was a bit more scared of being approached by people because we always hear, not just India, but I mean a lot of countries around the world now.
It happened to us in Europe where people just come and then they all being friendly, but they always have an agenda after. It happened to us in Bosnia.
Yeah.
Where the guy just came, let me show you around, but at the end he wanted
I
money.
mean, there's scams everywhere. That's why I think I was a bit afraid. And of course, we watch, some YouTube videos as well about like, top 10 scams to be
Aware of.
Yeah, to be aware of when you travel to India and stuff. So I think at the back of our minds, we were like, if people be really friendly, we should just, back away. But then when you get there, you get a very different feeling. Like a lot of people just
Genuinely want to talk to you.
yeah, they're just curious, like, where are you from? That's always the first question is they see us, we look different, and they're like, where are you from? They just really want to know. And then where are you going to go travel to in India? And how long are you here? They just want to ask questions and take photos with you as well. But there weren't many times when I felt like someone was trying to sell us anything. There was only one time where I feel like that guy really wanted to walk with us towards
follow us everywhere.
a market. But eventually we said, no, we don't want to go to the market. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to go this way now. Like, it was nice to meet you. So I still cannot conclude whether or not he wanted something from us because we had a nice chat about, the area that we were in Mumbai, and he told us about the street cats and, all of that stuff.
It's just we're not used to being approached by strangers and have that kind of engaging conversation where they would walk with you for 2 kilometers, Majority of the time, if not all, the conversation we had with locals are very positive, and we learn so much from them.
Yeah, I think one conversation that really stuck with me was when our flight to Goa was delayed and you were editing in the food court at the airport, and then these 4 boys sat down next to us. And they were just curious, like, what you were doing. And then the conversation started as like, okay, we're YouTubers in India. And then the 6 of us just started talking about, so what is life like in India for young people? And, they were saying to us, they say Mumbai is a city of dreams, but it's a city of illusions, like we all work so hard, but, for
Not
what?
a lot of people actually
realize the dream.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were just proud of their work and talking about their work and the relationships and, is religion cool nowadays or not? So it's like very interesting for you to be able to get an insight into the culture now when you get to talk to local people.
Yeah. And this kind of experience is what makes India so special.
And so memorable.
Yeah. You cannot have this kind of conversation with strangers in a lot of places in the world.
I think when we travel, sometimes it feels a bit lonely because a lot of places, like in Japan, it's really hard to start a conversation
with a local.
With people. In parts of Europe, you don't walk up and talk to people. So India is almost a place where if you are able to just keep an open mind and not constantly be thinking that you're going to get scammed, you're going to be meeting some interesting people and actually be able to learn about the culture. I think another conversation we really enjoyed was at our homestay in Kerala.
We learned about her experience with arranged marriage and how she tried to matchmaking
her kids. But it's like what arranged marriage was like back in the days, like 30, 40 years ago, versus what arranged marriages now are like, and what it means for their kids to have a love marriage. So it's not arranged. So it's like all of these things were such interesting insight and what I really remember. Sometimes you forget about the views, what you saw, what you ate, but you remember the conversation.
Yeah. For me, what makes the country memorable is not just the sight. It's mainly the people.
The people, the hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 6, expect contrast. They're a huge part of why India is India and why India is also a beautiful place to visit. I think one video that we did, for us, there was a special purpose as to why we did this, but I think for people who watch our channel might have had a misunderstanding about why we decided to go and film this, which is the Davari slums, the biggest slum in Asia, which is in Mumbai. We filmed this video because we wanted to see what life was like there. And we knew that it was not just seeing poverty, because when we looked at a lot of tours that were doing the Davari slums, it was actually hosted by people who are from the slums, who grew up in the slums. So they have a deeper understanding as to what goes on there, what the community is like. It has a strong community spirit. It also has a huge money-making potential in there. Like the industries in the slums bring in $1 billion a year.
And 1 million people live there.
And 1 million people live there. Like there's a lot of contrast just within the slums. So I think we wanted to learn about this area and how it's going to change as well, because it is changing. There's a redevelopment plan. And when we were doing the tour, our guide, who was born and raised there, he said initially they started the tours because the movie Slumdog Millionaire actually gave the slums a very negative image.
Because in the movie it shows how there's a lot of mafia in the slum.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad things going on.
Kidnapping children and like there's probably drug problems and stuff. But then the tours initially started to educate local people, like Indians, what actually is happening in the slums.
Local people and also visitors.
Because locals also have kind of a discriminative like feeling towards the slums, and also international tourists also would get that feeling from watching the movie as well. So I think the initial purpose was education for all to know what it is. And yeah, I think it was a good experience for us to see and to learn. And then the same day we also checked out the metro and how like so much progress is happening in Mumbai.
And we took the metro to the financial district of Mumbai, and you can see another big contrast with skyscrapers and promenade along the ocean. We just want to see it all. We want to experience all the elements that make India so special.
Because I think all of that is Mumbai. That's my honest feeling, is all of this is Mumbai. So we wanted to be able to showcase, I think, that experience.
Yeah.
We're not trying to make a negative. We were actually trying to show the positive, the growth of a city like Mumbai.
And we had a lot of fun on that tour. We met so many friendly locals. And
The gym guys wanted you to stay and work out with them. But I mean, the contrast is quite big too, not just in Mumbai. Like, let's talk about Goa as well. So Goa, North Goa, South Goa is completely different feel as well. So there's contrast like basically everywhere we go. Like once we got to Kerala itself is a huge contrast to the rest of the places we visited in India, because it seemed like a very developed place. It seemed
clean, very clean.
It's very clean. I think it was like 100% literacy rate there as well. Like every single person we talked to in Kerala spoke very, very good English. And once we got to the tea plantations in Munnar, that was a huge contrast to the busy
dreamy
cities in Mumbai.
Yeah.
So.
Number 7, you will stand out, but not for the reason you expect. What does that mean?
I think we stand out because we look different, but not because they feel like they want to take advantage of us tourists, but just out of general curiosity, like we mentioned before. And that also comes with, the opportunity to take photos. So taking photos was interesting because we don't honestly get people asking to take photos with us.
We didn't expect that people would want to take photos with us, because we didn't think that, being me from Southeast Asia.
And I'm East Asian, I'm from Hong Kong.
Yeah, and we kind of look like, northern Indian people.
Yeah, someone said
Right.
we look like people from Nagaland.
Right. So we
Yeah.
didn't think that we would get that much attention. We thought, okay,
Maybe like foreigners with blonde hair, blue
Yeah, yeah.
eyes, you know, they might get a lot of attention, but
everywhere
get
we
asked-
go.
But it was also an interesting experience because a lot of times it was from like families too, like mom and the kids, and then also the auntie with the cousins, like big groups, and they're probably just traveling, like family travel, but then they want their child to speak to us because
Yeah.
a lot of times they would ask the child, can you translate, or you know, can you say something to them and ask them where they're from and all that kind of stuff, and also to take photos with the kids. So I think the parents were really interested to see how the child would interact with a foreigner. So when it happens like that, I feel like I don't want to say no. I feel it was quite a nice thing that we can do.
Yeah, and most of the time they are very polite. They always start with, where are you from? A little conversation, and then, can I take a photo with
Yeah.
you? And they are so cute and polite, and we are happily wanting to
Yeah.
take a photo with them.
But you obviously can say no too. There are times when we're like busy, kind of on the go.
The
So
gateway of India,
we have to be like, okay, thank you, bye, and then we kind of walk away.
because we took about 100 photos.
But I
was
think
crazy.
that also is a place that it happens a lot. Like the rest of the trip, like on the metro, then there were a couple guys who wanted to take photos with you and then take photos with me. I think mostly it's the mom with the kids.
Mostly men want to take photo with me,
Yeah.
and young girls and women want to take photo with you. There are a few incidents where the men want to take photo with Flora.
Well, both of us usually, not just me.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, there was one time in at the tea plantation, they wanted to take photo with you, and they asked
You.
me first if it's okay for them to
Yeah.
take photo with
Well,
Flora.
they ask me first, and then they ask you
Yeah.
first.
And then I said okay, and then they took one
And we-
photo,
Yeah.
and then he was like, "Can I take another photo, fist bumping with Flora?" And I was like, "Okay, we all can do it." So
Yeah.
they're
Like-
very respectful.
Like it was interesting though because it's like well, I don't actually know. I don't remember now if they ask for my consent or your consent.
No,
Both.
ask both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because I have a little muscle and tattoos, so
I think it comes in handy actually when we're traveling that people feel a bit more intimidated. Like I think it's a good thing. Yeah, we felt safe. Like I felt safe. I cannot speak about solo traveling as a woman because we didn't spend any time apart. Maybe only like 5-10 minutes here and there. But when we travel as a couple, and I also made sure that I always wear kind of like long pants or t-shirt or
and you have
a
that
scarf.
red scarf that you wear
Like
all
I
the
just
time.
don't want to. I don't like too much attention, anyways, when I'm traveling. So I wear kind of very
Unrevealing clothes.
unrevealing and like bland
Yeah.
kind of travel clothes. Like anything, make sure like people cannot, grab my bag or grab my scarf or something like that. Like I just want to be low key when we're traveling, and I
Yeah.
think it just makes me feel more safe, and I had no problems. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got a lot of people asking if we feel uncomfortable when local people stare at us. Honestly, we get that a lot during our travels in India, but mostly it's from them being curious.
Yeah, but I just smile.
All
I
you need
just-
to do is smile back, and they will crack
Yeah.
a big smile.
Yeah, you just smile, say hello, and then
Yeah.
that's all. Like I think they're not sure too, because if they stare at you and then you stare at them back at that, they probably would be like, oh, like look away, and they
Yeah.
feel scared. But because like you smile back at them, they feel like, okay, I can smile too. Yeah. So the last tip we want to share, I think is a very, very important one, which is India isn't cheap. Or that's the mindset I think you
Most
should
people.
have when you are traveling in order to really enjoy India. For example, I think one thing that surprised me was the accommodation prices in Mumbai. And I think it is quite expensive for what you can get in the city. But if you are in a big city like that, spend a bit more. Like, I think we should have spent a bit more in Mumbai for the comfort.
We spend what, $65 US?
I don't know,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, about
70
that.
something, yeah.
But if we were to spend anywhere above 100, we could have stayed at a much nicer
and
place.
I think it would be worth it. And the thing is, once you're out of the city, like in Goa, our accommodation went down to like $45 for a really nice Airbnb. And even in Munnar, staying at the
hotel
overlooking the mountains, that was like 70 something dollars a night. So if you plan your itinerary where you're going to hit a big city and then you do other things that are in other smaller cities, definitely splurge a bit on the big city budget for accommodation. You'll just have a way better experience. And then the rest of the other accommodations are not that expensive.
And when it comes to food, once again, there's a lot of options. You can go really expensive or you can go really cheap. We usually stay in the middle, middle and upper.
I feel like our food choices are more dependent on reviews than the price of food. In that sense, I wouldn't eat really, really cheap, but also it depends on the reviews. Like basically just go to well-reviewed places. So overall, I think our first trip to India was a huge success. We really enjoyed it, and I'm sure we will be back. We already received so many comments from Indians who are watching saying that make sure we check out the northeast of India, make sure we check out the Andaman Islands. Like, there's lots of places that wasn't really on our radar before, but then once we looked into it, we're like, okay, this is definitely what we would enjoy. So this will not be our last India series, and next time we will be so much more prepared. I think next time we need to buy some Thai souvenirs to give out to the friends that we meet because they're so curious about Thailand. So it's a way to engage with like locals next time that we're there.
Yeah, so if you have a plan to go to India or India is on your bucket list, don't hesitate. Just go and see India for yourself and draw your own conclusion. This is solely based on our own experience and it has been very positive. Thanks again for watching, and as always, have a wonderful day and see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye-bye.